Welcome to the Daily Coffee Pro, friends, by Map It Forward. Today on the Daily Coffee Pro, we are talking about using the time that we're in isolation wisely. So this is a very interesting time in the history of our industry, an industry that is very customer focused, an industry that is very hands-on and visiting people and community based, and now we're all stuck in our apartments and our houses and our places of home. Whether we're with other people or not, this presents us with a really interesting time. Before I get stuck into this, I want to remind everyone that this is a time of opportunity. This is a time for you to grow in here in your mind, grow in here in your heart and soul, and grow in your community. This is a time when you don't have to feel alone. This is a time of reflection and introspection and gratitude and growing the muscles within yourself that will go on to serve you well beyond the end of this crisis and to serve the people around you. And so as we deep dive into this subject of using this time wisely, I want you to have that front and center of this, because as professionals and as people, it's important for us to understand that something that is not business as usual is shaping and forming us right now. It is turning us into something different as a collective, as people, as consciousness, whatever that actually means. We are transforming right now. And this is such a rare event. Taking advantage of the opportunity that's presented to you and using this time wisely will ensure that when you get on the other side of this, that you will not look back at this time with regret. I can hear some of you saying, but right now, all I need to think about is making enough money to eat. And I would suggest to you that that is perhaps one way at looking at this, but that's looking at a challenging solution, not at what the situation presents. So what I mean by that, if you don't have enough food, the only way to feed yourself isn't for you to do that alone. The way to feed yourself is perhaps to become a part of community. It's perhaps to learn how to reach out and ask for help. It's about giving yourself the opportunity to learn how to trust that people will be there for you when you ask for help. And there is no better time to learn how to do that. There is no better time for you to find strength in your vulnerability, because people are looking for opportunities to help and to pay forward the kindness that has been shown to them. I know a lot of people in our community, our industry, particularly our workforce, are very concerned about what's coming after this. But friends, we don't know when after this is. I'm just going to turn my phone off there. We don't know when after this is. We don't know if when this is over, it's going to be in 3 weeks from now, or it's going to be 3 months from now, or 18 months from now. We may still be in our houses at that point. As it is, I'm concerned that cafes are still open. If we are really going to play an active role in squashing the spread of this virus, we really should be closing all cafes. They shouldn't even be open for takeaway. Because people commune. People come and they line up and they cough on each other, inadvertently or not, and they put people in danger. So we don't know how long this is going to last. And because we don't know how long this is going to last, looking at what's coming next, this is not the time to do that. This is the time to look at what's happening now. Because the thing that comes after this is pretty dark. So focusing on what comes after that, The darkness that's about to happen, and I don't say that to scare anybody, I say that to present you with the reality of what's coming. And we all know what's coming. It's happening in Italy now. It happened in China. It happened in Iran, or is continuing to happen in Iran. And it is going to happen here in America and in Australia and in other parts of Europe and in other parts of the world. It is inevitable at this stage. So focusing on what is happening now and using this time wisely is important. To use this time for yourself in growth, whether it be professional or personal growth, and to use this time in gratitude. Be grateful for the people who are around you that are supporting you. Be grateful for the community that you're a part of that is so openly helpful right now. And be grateful for the opportunity that is presented to you right now to create new things. This is a time to be creative and entrepreneurial and community focused. If you are not someone who is an ideas person, look for people around you that are ideas people and be an active part in helping to execute ideas. Be a part of a group of people that are trying to do something different. There's no shame in finding problems that need to be solved and monetizing them. That's taking care of yourself. And this is absolutely a time to take care of yourself. And there is, again, I want to say this again and again and again. I've said it before and I'm going to continue to say it on pretty much every episode of this podcast. I don't want people to feel shame in looking for opportunities and monetizing them right now. I keep getting asked by people, how do I do that with integrity? How do I do it so that I'm not looking like an asshole? Find problems that need to be solved that people are experiencing and solve them and monetize them. There are people out there that have money to spend, even if it's just a small amount of money. They have money to spend on things that they need solving, that are going to make their life easier for them. I don't know, start a channel that reads children's books to children, or does fun things with children online where parents just have lost their marbles over having to look after children. Teach kids about coffee. Teach them about the coffee supply chain. Whatever it is, find a way to do something that solves a problem and monetize it. And that way you are looking after yourself. And there's no shame in that. But this is a time that in doing that, once this is all over, you will look back at this time and you will clearly be able to see the muscles that you nurtured within yourself, that you grew, and the way that you grew them. 100% every one of us is going to be changed after this. There's no question about it. If you can't already feel it, it could potentially be that you're in some denial about what's going on. And for the love of all things holy, if you are still not seeing the seriousness of this matter, please, please, please take this seriously. Stay home. And taking this seriously means a lot more than just putting a face mask on. Taking this seriously means having a consideration for the people around you. Understanding that you are not in this alone. Understanding that right now, you are responsible for the health of all of the people that you come in contact with. And that's very, very real. So if you have been in contact with someone who has the virus, you have no business stepping outside of your house. Just stay quarantined. Take care of yourself and the people around you. And if you need help, find a way to reach out. And in this time of stillness, in this time of quiet, in this time of solitude, find a way to maximize the benefits that you get out of the investment of your efforts, whatever those efforts are. I just don't want to see people come out on the other side of this and think, wow, I just spent 6 months in isolation and I played video games the whole way. And what I could have been doing is growing my skill set in something that I really needed to learn about. That would be heartbreaking. Anyway, join me for an Instagram live today at 5 p.m. Pacific time on our Instagram account at imapforward. And please, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please do. Peace, love, and peanut butter, friends. Stay safe and have an amazing, productive rest of your day.